Good morning, y'all. Happy Monday. I pray that you have a blessed week, but let's remember that it is a new, fresh week, which means new opportunities, new blessings, new healings, new possibilities, a new week, fresh start to begin again. So if you feel like you're too far gone and you can't begin again, I pray this just reaches you and that you know it's time to begin again. So I have a good devotional for you today with that being said, and let's get into it. Today is called Cultivate Gratitude, okay? And we're going to be in Colossians 4:2, which says, pray diligently, stay alert with your eyes wide open in gratitude. And to me, I just take that as an instruction. I mean, it wasn't a question, it wasn't a statement, but it was an instruction telling you what to do and how to do it in depth, right? So let's get into the devotional, which reads, Scripture repeatedly reminds us to be alert, stay aware, keep awake. In Colossians 4:2, Paul connects the idea of alertness with prayer and gratitude, pointing out that it's in conversation with God that we cultivate a mindset of being thankful. We give Him our focused attention. We ask for clarity and ability to see what He wants us to do. We give thanks. This practice helps shape our perspective and our attitude throughout all of our days. If you look at the Greek words translated as pray diligently, there's a sense of courage and persistence, of devotion and steadfast attention. I encourage you to do a word study with that. All of this helps us to see we can move into a mindset that's more grateful and joyful. It's a prayer type of thing. It's an attention and clarity of a mind thing, and it requires courage and persistence. We refuse to let the dark stuff sink us. Now, does being joyful mean that you're insensitive or overlooking pain or the hard parts of life? Not at all. It means that you have courage to believe that God's goodness is bigger than all the bad. You're living into your purpose as a God worshiper, celebrating Him and the ways His beauty is showing up in the world. And there's a little prayer at the end that I really want to share with you that you could repeat, you could write, you can do whatever it is to cry out to God. And it says, God, make me persistent in prayer and gratitude and brave enough to cultivate the life of joy. Okay, and so one thing that I really want to break into is how it said, like, just because you're practicing this gratitude doesn't mean that you're overlooking the circumstances and the situations in your life. It means that you're seeing the purpose in the pain, because everything that you're going through is a lesson to be learned. And when you don't learn the lesson, that's when it becomes a repeat cycle and you continue to go through it because there's a lesson to be learned. And when we have that gratitude of knowing that God is in the midst of all of it, and it may be uncomfortable right now, but there is a light at the end of the tunnel, how much more persistent would you be to get at the end of the tunnel? And a lot of times I feel like when we get discouraged, we don't really want to pray. We don't want to open our Bibles, but in fact, that's the times that we should be the most. And prayer is just communication with God. And Romans teaches us that we can go to God with a grunt and just be like, Lord, I'm tired. And sometimes that's the most powerful prayer. And so just involve Him in those things. Ask Him to give you a gratitude of heart, and just ask Him to really show you the light in the midst of the darkness, and I promise you He will. Start counting your blessings rather than counting what you don't have, and being content with what you do have and not desiring what you don't have. Y'all have a blessed Monday.